right, hello wine drinking people. Time for some champagne for breakfast. You know, man, I'm always willing to see any champagne producer almost at any time of the day, even if it's my fourth appointment, you know, especially if it's later on in the day. I mean, you're going to need a little champagne to start the evening out, and I usually don't start drinking till about 5 o'clock, so it's a good time for the champagne people to stop by. Or first thing in the morning, because I keep my glasses all night, and then I like to watch champagne open up. A lot of people just freeze the bottle of champagne, open it up, and drink the whole thing before it even has a chance to breathe. Champagne, like the other world's greatest wines, needs an opportunity to open up. You know, it's been in this bottle, most of them, for at least 3 years. And one of the things that Lanson is doing, which I think is phenomenal, is they're putting the disgorgement date on the back, so you can basically tell, well, this one was disgorged in 2012, 4 years before that, 2008. That's what the base blend of the wine is. How important is that? Every year's different. It's just like anywhere else in the world. Most champagnes are made from one vintage with, you know, other vintages blended in to make them consistent. It's the hardest thing to do in the wine business, to make great champagne. For that reason, to make it consistent year in and year out. Anyways, the black label defines this Lanson house, and these guys, one of the largest producers, the second largest group in champagne. They have Divinoge, Philippe Pinot, Belfont-Belsier, Alfred Rothschild, and it's just not very well known in this country. I would say, you know, the Brits really love Lanson, and the owner was actually in, the son who was trying to, you know, tell us about the brand, which is nice to have the actual, you know, family out there selling it. You don't see this in Champagne too often. I mean, so many of the most popular houses are owned by, you know, just billionaires. They're not going to be on the street selling their own wine, but, you know, I think it's very important. They feel it's very important to rebuild this market. They need to get out there with the image of Lanson and elevate it. And I have to say thank you very much to the family, because these guys donated the extra H to help feed a lot of hungry people at our Share Our Strength event last year. So the folks from Lanson, always welcome in the store. And I have to say, I really like this style too. I like it non-malolactic. You get really fresh champagne, Pinot Noir dominated. I like Pinot Noir dominated champagnes a la Krug. Our friend Dominic de Marville from Veuve Clicquot, also Pinot dominated. Anyways, this wine, this cuvee, this black label is 50% Pinot Noir, 35% Chardonnay, and the rest is Pinot Meunier. 50 to 60 different cru wines go into this. And like I said, the disgorgement date on the back label, we love it. We're going to promote the hell out of this brand just for that reason. You hear that, all you other champagne houses? Put your damn disgorgement date on the back label. All right. And lovely freshness in this wine. Like I said, you get that green apple, hint of almond, some white peach in there. Really zesty on the tongue. It spends 3 years on tirage, so twice as long as it needs to. Develops a really lovely creaminess to the... that's the difference between champagne and Charmat-produced sparkling wines, is the texture, the creaminess, the bubbles on your tongue in champagne, just so fine and tiny. And lovely, refreshing mineral lace finish here. Just a little briny note coming through at the end. Excellent juice at a very reasonable price, $42.75. The Rosé is up next. This is a new label. They've got, well, I mean, in terms of the package, it's all pink. I like the clear glass bottles. I was trying to convince our friend from Lanson that, yes, I can't pronounce his name. We'll put it up there for you in lights, but one of these names you just look at and go, I'm going to murder that. Anyways, it's 55% Pinot Noir, 30% Chardonnay. This wine spends 3 years again on tirage. And they're one of the first people to create rosé, they said, in the 50s, which, I don't know, the rosé's been around longer than that, I know for a fact. They use 6 or 7% still Pinot Noir, which is a little more consistent way to make the color consistent in rosé. This wine's got a lovely red plum and cherry fruit on the nose. Lovely finesse and delicacy in this wine, and again, great freshness, some rose petal floral notes, really crisp and lively, some lime citrus fruit coming through there as well. Smooth and creamy on the palate with that lovely red berry, cranberry, and plum fruit showing. 30% reserve wines used in the blend, and really nice freshness again in this wine. That's the theme for these Lanson champagnes. Fresh, excellent juice. The white label Sec. Sec is somewhere between Brut and Demi-Sec, and they recommend you serve this colder. Well, it's sweet, so anyways, it's not sweet, but it's sweeter, with some fresh mint or fruit. A champagne that is meant to be served with fruit. Now I've heard it all. Moet came up with a product that's meant to put ice in it, Moet Ice. Now Lanson has come up with a genius idea to put fruit in their champagne. But hey, they've been doing that for years. Strawberries in the champagne. Well, this one they say is meant for that. Anyways, more rounded, really nice cinnamon and honey notes, the fresh white peach and apple fruits. And nice, again, crisp and freshness in this wine. Just a bit more sweetness, but you get that lovely, sweet, creamy, fine mousse that you get from all the other wines. Very good juice. It's a little pricey though, it's $66. Anyways, the Extra Age is their new iconic wine. Actually, the Noble is their top wine, which is awesome. They're Tete de Cuvée, but this extra age is a new product. They launched in 2010. They wanted to emphasize the wine's ability to age and celebrate their 250th birthday at the same time. This wine's made from 3 great vintages, 2003, 2004, 2005. I'm sorry, I said 3 great vintages. 2003 is not a great vintage. Well, that's what they're trying to sell me on yesterday. 2003, a very unique vintage maybe, but anyways, it's a blend of all Grand Cru juice, so 100% Chardonnay, and it's been aging for 5 years in the bottle, so you notice a bit more complexity here showing on the nose, some toasty, biscuity notes that you get from that yeast autolysis, and textbook freshness, though, that you get from Lanson, some lemon blossom citrus notes, some creme vanilla notes also. Good amount of spice and good freshness here on the finish, that lovely creamy mousse and tongue-tingly acidity, a little hint of ginger spice. Really, most excellent juice, though, at $150. That's what we had to drink with our folks from Lanson. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.